Hello. This picture is a lot better as a concept and as a nice idea than actually as a picture. I like everything about this picture except for the actual station that I drew on it. It's a station that's inspired by the Guardians, who are an ancient alien race, all extinct and lost to the mists of time. This is all millions of years ago. So I started out by having a little think about the stations. You've got the Coriolis, the Orbis, the Ocellus, and you've got outposts and asteroid bases. The outposts probably the most common. It's basically a bunch of boxes and flat pieces of metal. It doesn't rotate. You've got no gravity. I guess your most famous outpost is Hutton Orbital, for the mug, as they say. Your iconic station is the Coriolis. It's a cube octahedron, so it's got squares and triangles on the faces of it. Everything about the Coriolis reminds me of being a kid. Both playing the original game and looking at the original wireframe Coriolis, and also the word cube octahedron, which reminds me of making paper net geometric models as a kid. I used to love that. They're about 2k wide, and they spin to create the centrifugal force, so the people that live within that, they've got a form of gravity. The more traditional sort of science fiction book look ones are the Orbis and the Ocellus. They're much bigger. The Orbis is about 4K. They've got the hab rings, those wonderful rings, and you see these gardens looking in at you as you watch them sweep by overhead. I really like those. They're really cool. But what I wanted to do was kind of imagine a station that lives within a gas giant, because I love drawing gas giants. I really quite like this gas giant until I put a bloody great awful station in front of it. Anyway, my plan was to have this station based around the Guardians. The Guardians have got a very strong aesthetic of triangles and prisms and kind of really quite angular prismatic shapes. They've got an awful lot of crackling blue electromagnetism going on. So I did quite a lot of thinking and drawing of the various Guardian forms, and I decided upon the idea of the Guardian orb. It's quite a simple shape, which makes it easy for me, but also I like the idea of the orb because it's quite a strong shape as a sphere. And I wanted to have the idea of this prismatic station, this triangular prism station, maybe surrounded by the orbs to give it this field of internal protection, so that the Guardians who lived in these stations could hide them underneath the clouds. And maybe that's why we've never seen them. Maybe that's why we don't know, because they're hidden. As you can see, I've completely failed to show the strata of the gas giants. I might have another go and see if I can't just put some clouds on top and some clouds below and do a better version of this, because I really don't think I've shown what it was in my head at all. Not only because I've really cocked up the perspective. I used to teach children how to do perspective, and look at the state of this. Never mind, I'm not going to worry about it. I also wonder whether I could have got away with more complexity to the station if I've got these orb shapes hovering round it, creating this weird electromagnetic eye of the storm field type thing. I thought probably I could get away with having some more of the funky shapes that the Guardians are so fond of. The weird kind of hovering, rotating bits cantilevering in and out, like the Guardian beacons that float in space, to kind of accentuate the concept of it being buffeted by the tornadoes and whirlpools of super pressurized gas. I don't know. Anyway, that was my plan. And I still like the concept, and I maybe one day will do a picture that works. So thank you for listening to me going on about it. So